All right, hello, hello, hello. Just going to look for the music a little bit. This feels very quiet. All right, here we go. This feels better. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing amazing. Because I know I am. My name is Chad. I'm a motion designer, and I'm learning to draw every day just to prove to people. We're back, right? Yeah, and I connected back to my phone data. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, perfect, perfect. We're good. Okay. Uh, things are happening. Things are moving. I'm learning. I'm learning stuff, and that I'm meaning my professional life and how to deal with clients and stuff like that. So that is very interesting. Uh, Other than that, I feel like I don't know how to say this. I've gotten some news today actually, and these are news that should make me happy. It's just that I'm literally not phased anymore. Like things that are supposed to make me happy don't make me happy anymore. And this is not in a sense that I don't know, this is not in a sad sense like, oh, this is supposed to make me happy. Why am I not happy? It's just that I choose not to be happy because if something impacted me and made me happy, the same thing or another thing can impact me and make me sad. And I don't want that. I want to be in a neutral state. This is what I'm aiming for. And this is what I'm trying to get to. So it's fun. It's good that I did not get excited over it. And part of it is that, like the philosophy. Another part of it is just it's too soon to celebrate it or to even talk about it. So let's just see how things go, right? Because from now till tomorrow, not even tomorrow, like the next hour, lots of things can happen. So, you know, I'm not going to get excited about anything. And this is something that I should learn. Like I'm applying the concept to being happy. I should apply the same concept to being sad. However, I don't feel like I am. So, yeah. This looks fun. Break everybody that's on my body. Beautiful smile. Very white. This is scary. This is starting to scare me. Holy, oh God. What am I drawing, bro? Yo. That is not okay, bro. What the? Oh, what? How did it turn out? How did it turn like this? Okay, see, this is what happens when I give too much thought to detail first. And there's the upper lip. I completely forgot about the upper lip. Are you kidding me? That's a little better. Okay, I'm gonna do this one again actually. I want to see where I messed up. And it's very threatening. I feel like it's very threatening to try to see where you messed up. It's like, it is very threatening. It just is. Holy crap. Look who's here. Kimberly. Finally got up here live. How are you? I'm doing great. Alhamdulillah. I cannot complain. You know, some ups and downs here and there, but you know, I cannot complain. Thank you for asking. And thank you for being here. What the hell? Long time no see. I haven't got on Discord yet. I really meant to. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, do you want me to give you the link again? Because I think they update the link once every, I think, week or something. Just try to do this smile, because this smile is very... Oh no, I can't do smiles, looks like. Okay, this is the shape. That would be good? Okay. I'm going to do it right now. How you been? What's new? Tell me about it. General? Somebody in general. We got Jouney Steve. Hello. Wait. I get distracted. Here you go. That's the link. How do I send GIFs? Keanu? Is that how it's written? Keanu? There you go. What's up, Steve? I just saw your message on Discord. I'm not on Discord a lot, actually. I am. I just don't look at the server very often. Maybe I should, actually. Okay, this beautiful smile. How do I make it beautiful, not creepy? I guess I don't have to draw all the features, can I? Do I? See, that looks weird, don't it? Same here, I'm not active. I mean, I do use it. It's just I use it for Midjourney, actually. I don't really use it for anything else. It's just literally I go on Discord and I start a private chat with Midjourney, and that's all I use it for. I'm not active on any servers. You use Midjourney? I do. I've actually gotten very good at prompting and understanding the parameters and stuff like that. It's been very fun. I do use it purely, like, exclusively for work. And it's such a part, an integral part of my workflow right now in graphic design. It's insane. blue hair. Do you feel too dependent? What does that mean? Too dependent. It's just a tool that I use. Just like Photoshop, just like Illustrator. And I know it can be, I do realize that it can be such a taboo subject, Midjourney and AI art. And me being a streamer who's trying to learn to draw digitally. Oh, I like this this sort of like angle. Narayan, what's up? You use it for thumbnails and ideas. Not for final images with no editing, right? I think a lot of people assume that it is used for final polished ideas, not while generating ideas. That's a great reference. I use it mostly for inspiration, right? Because what's great about it is that you can take a small reference and then you input it in Midjourney and it will give you lots of inspiration that is related to that reference, right? And then from there you can go even further and you can build this network of ideas and images that you can see, and it can go so far and it gives you lots of ideas that it makes the process way faster. But yeah, it's never the final product because it never gives you what you really want, right? It never exactly gives you what you exactly want, right? So you have to take that and turn it into something, mold it into something that's like your exact need, right? But thumbnails and ideas, I don't use it. The way I use it in design, for example, is with photography, right? I use it when I'm trying to build like a brand identity, for example, right? It's very hard to get have the exact images that convey the message of the brand. And so what you do is you use I use Midjourney to output some of the photography that could be relating to the brand's mission. Another thing, I can be using it for logo design, which can give me a lot of ideas, and then I will polish the logo into something that the client is going to need. It's very, very convenient. It's very convenient. It's become such an integral part of my workflow, and it's also kind of like cheap, I think, compared to other AI products. It's like $10 a month. It's, for the value that it gives, it's very great. It's great. There's lots of other use cases where Midjourney can come handy, but basically that's how I use it, since I mostly do branding and brand identities for companies, mostly SaaS actually. SaaS means what is it? Software as a service. So software companies basically. Do they provide free trial? Free trial. Yes, they do, but the free trial on Midjourney is kind of like meh. They give you, I don't know how much credit they give you, but it's not a lot, and you don't have fun, right? It's better to just like get the subscription, right? I mean, you can try. I mean, what I'm sure of is that they do give trials. But I've tried the trial like very long ago. I really forgot. What I remember is it was not a good experience. Also, when it comes, oh, I think ChatGPT will generate images for you for free. I think they use DALL-E though, which isn't great for photography. OD Dude went missing. Bro, OD Dude is gone. I haven't tried Midjourney, but enjoy following the subreddits. It's amazing what people are doing. Okay, ChatGPT does use DALL-E, which is, like you said, it's not very good. Period. Not just for photography. It's just whatever. I think Canva also uses DALL-E in its image generating whatever. But nah, DALL-E is not that great. Also, what's great about Midjourney, other than, you know, it's being a good image generating you know, service, whatever, it's the community. It's very smart to make your service run on Discord. It is such a genius move, because communities are built on Discord, like no doubt about it. And to have the community not only use Discord and build the community, but share the stuff and like not only do they like, are there people using it, but they make like almost daily streams on Discord where they bring some people there. The last stream that they made was a comic artist. I forgot his name, but it's a comic artist who's been in the field for like 20 years. And this is what's something that's very interesting that I found, is that this man had been in the field for 20 freaking years, drawing comics. And now he's using not ChatGPT, he's using Midjourney, and he's having a blast with it, and he's teaching people how to use it. I have taught people how to use it in you know, locally, and that was very interesting. But this guy, what's interesting about it is that most, I would say, quote unquote, old people don't get accustomed to new things very often. I remember I heard a story about animators in about the 90s, I think, and how computers came to be, and how you can animate on computers now. And most traditional animators, frame by frame animators, just quit. They found themselves without jobs. They found themselves, or they put themselves out of jobs because they were not ready to adapt. And now people are using After Effects and all these amazing tools to create animations. And it's like, this man, 20 years in the field, and he's using Midjourney, and he's having a blast with it, and he's teaching. So I thought that was very interesting. But yeah, they do a lot of streams, and yeah, I have noticed. It's you know, OG Dude gone missing. I noticed by the avatar, which is beautiful, by the way. I love the colors. The colors are very I don't know, they're cold, but they're soothing at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, another thing that is great about Midjourney is that, or what I found very convenient is that it gives like it makes the workflow much faster, and this is what's demanded out of in an industry that's needs to be fast. It's like automation and AI is the answer. Anybody, like, this is a fact, it's kind of sad but it's true. Anybody who's not using AI is going to be missing out, especially in a professional environment. I'm not talking about, you know, doing commissions or stuff like that, because it's very different from it differs from service to service. For example, doing branding or brand identities, I'm not going to take a whole month building or crafting an amazing commission, because the client is not going to wait for me. However, some people, for people who do commissions, the artist or the one who's the client can wait. They know the process takes time, or at least you let them know that the process takes time, and it's very understandable. However, in a fast industry, there's no way. And this is where I think some people can it's just like some people are not comfortable with that sort of pace, right? Like, some people will not even think about such a process, which is like giving your art, quote unquote, in a very fast manner, because obviously art needs time, it needs thinking, it needs creativity needs a lot of room, right? So some people will just not take it. Another, well, for me personally, and this is like coming from personal experience, I'm just doing it for the money. Because I always say this: work for client is never art. If you're giving work to a client, it is never going to turn out to be quote unquote art or your idea of art. It is something going to be, it's something that's going to be, and I talked about this a lot actually, very controlled by the client, and you're not just, most of the time you're just not gonna have fun with it, honestly. So just not get the idea of that being art out of your head. Do art for yourself. This, like me, for example, what I'm doing, I call it art, even though it's like it's very bad, but still. Do you think it's ethical though? What about the thousands of artists the AI what about the thousands of artists the AI stole from? Okay. This is interesting because and this is gonna sound harsh, right? It's gonna sound very harsh. The world is gonna keep changing. The world is gonna keep moving. The world is especially in business, I've come to realize business is very cold. There are never friends in business. If you're working, right? And if you're doing like whatever, right? I'll take an example of like me, right? I do brand identities, I do graphic design. If I'm an established graphic designer, I've got like 5 years of experience, whatever. I'm a senior. My work is great. I'm very well known for my art or for my work. I have an amazing portfolio, all that good stuff. And I don't use AI. And somebody else comes learning Midjourney, learning Runway, learning all these amazing design tools. And they can get work much faster than I do at a cheaper price. I am eventually going to end up starving, right? So it's a matter of who does it better and who does it faster. It's these two things. And AI, you can say unfortunately or fortunately, does these two things very well. It gets work done very fast and in a also very beautiful, right? I remember the very early versions of Midjourney, version 2 and version 1. They looked very goofy. You know, hands with 7 fingers, disfigured faces, all of that stuff, right? Now you almost never get a bad image on Midjourney. No matter how bad you are at prompting, it's almost always guaranteed that you're going to get a good image. The problem now with prompting and, you know, AI generating, image generating, is trying to get exactly what you need, right? And that's the challenge. For now, it is not great at doing that. If it gets to a point where it is good at doing that, then I'm pretty sure graphic designers are not going to exist anymore. Like, frankly, a business owner can just like get this software or this service or whatever, and they can talk to the AI about exactly everything they need, and they can tailor it. Like, it's over. But for now, AI is just a tool. I truly believe that. Some people can be scummy. And what I mean by that is this. Some people can go on the internet posting this beautiful art. And by the way, there's almost unlimited sort of quote unquote styles on Midjourney. And they post that art like online, on Instagram, on Twitter, on whatever, and they claim that they drew it. That's what's very scummy about it. When I use AI, all my clients know that I use AI, and they're completely fine with it. So I think it's like I said, in a very fast industry, it's a matter of getting things done in a very good way, at a very fast pace. And if you don't use it, somebody is going to use it, and you're going to go broke. And that's just the reality of it. I mean, it's in an ideal world, like AI is killing the world and you know, is stealing jobs from people and all that stuff. That is true. But let's face it, right? We like to think these ideas. There's a quote. Oh man, I forgot what it is. But it's like the people who use the technology are always going to be rich, basically. It's the people who own the technology, right? And we can see it, right? So it is what it is. It's very tough, but excuse me. Yeah, you need to get these things done. However, I just have a policy of never using it or using AI for generating ideas for my work, because art is not about giving another person, like, can you imagine going to ask another person about oh hey, give me an idea, and I'll execute it, and that's art. That is not art. Art is the whole process of thinking about the idea and then projecting it into the canvas. And so I think it's very stupid to let AI generate the ideas, and you execute it and you think, oh, I made art. You did not make art, my brother. You just made something that is an idea by some AI who runs on a database, ran on thousands upon thousands upon thousands of ideas. Other ideas that are not yours, that are not original. Get something original. And yeah, it's very messed up that some people get to use it that way, and some people do get tricked. especially old people online. They get tricked into thinking like that's real art. That's sad. That is sad. It is sad. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, look at this, same dude. All right. Oh, by the way, Kimberly, if you're still here, how's the game gone? I remember last time you told me about there's a game and that's art of it that's in development. It definitely isn't fair. They wouldn't dare scrape music from famous musicians, but it's fine when it's artists. I'm sorry, what do you mean? Still coming up with ideas for world building, but I'm loving it. Nice, nice. I think they have been caught doing that, Keanu. It definitely isn't fair. They wouldn't dare scrape music from famous musicians, but it's fine when it's artists. Oh no, music is the same thing, trust me. It is the same thing for music. Actually, some dude tried to label an AI artist, and they were going with a virtual artist and everything, right? And some music label, they gave him like the green light and everything because this is like something new, something like very exciting. But shortly after, they took the label from them, and they didn't keep going with it. This is very stupid, really. It's very, very stupid. Music, out of all things, it's all about the feeling of the song, right? And you're giving me a song written by something that has no feelings? Like it's whatever. It really is whatever. Beautiful fingers, I know. Mr. Get off, I get off of my feet. I meant train it on famous artists like pop singers or rappers. There's no regulation on AI yet. It will probably be years before we see anything protecting artists, yet vocals without soul. Yeah, anyone that has the power to do something is too old to understand what is going on. Well, I completely agree. And I don't think we're going to come to an understanding or putting a clear law anytime soon. I will tell you why. It's moving at a very, very the pace that it's developing is very scary. it's moving at a very fast pace. And remember when smoking was recommended by doctors, back when smoking was cool and doctors were smoking and the doctors were recommending nicotine. Like down the line, after a couple of years, they realized that nicotine is actually bad for you. I think the same thing is happening right now, but at a very larger scale. People are recommending AI and pushing AI and companies and doing all of this and doing all this research and dumping billions of dollars. But we're not gonna get to a point where we're going to set a clear rule, because AI itself is not clear. And you cannot study something that you cannot measure something. You cannot study something that you cannot measure. And it sucks. It really does suck. I think OpenAI, I think now is the leading AI service in the US at least. And they're not stopping anytime soon. They're not stopping by anyone. They really don't care. I heard somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's true. I didn't check the resources, but I believe it. There's what is it called? A nuclear reactor. Yes, there's a nuclear reactor that hasn't been active in at least a decade or two, or maybe 5 actually, in a long time. They reactivated it just for energy and a resource for AI to train. The US just announced $500 billion investment in AI. OpenAI is part of it. Look, I mean, look. This is how it's going. So we have art and artists, and they are this small in this scale. And then we have investment and money and money grabbers and stuff like that. And then we get to a bigger scale, which is the biggest scale, I believe, which is like the political game that is being played. The US is never going to stop dumping money into the AI game. And the reason why, I'm not against it, but scraping is a valid concern, and I can empathize with artists feeling violated. I'll come to that. I will come to that. So this bigger game is the political game. AI is never, the US is never going to stop dumping money into AI, because there's China. China is, what it does basically is look at the US. The US made something. China is gonna make something better at it and at a cheaper price. Now we have DeepSea. I don't know if you've heard of it, but DeepSea is like basically a copy of ChatGPT, and even the layout and the user interface is the same. Just like the logo is different and the name is different, and it's open source. It is free. Anybody can use it. It's open source. The code is right there, and in some aspects it is better than ChatGPT in most aspects, right? So the US finds itself in a position where it can't get a break, because China is literally after its ass, right? And this is the game that China plays, really, and it's succeeding. It is succeeding. When it comes to scraping art, that is I do empathize with that as well. It just sucks, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people were leaving the Adobe suite, because in one of their updates for their terms of service, there's like an article where it says that your art is going to be used in AI databases. Not even an art that you post online, it's art that you are working on Photoshop as you work on it. It's saturating the art content in the internet. It's like hanging handing gold to everyone on earth, it loses value. This is, yes, I 100% agree. If you go on Google right now and make a search on anything, really, look up a freaking cat. Actually, let's do it right now. A cat. Let's see if it holds true. Okay, cats are still safe, I think. But there's a lot of instances where you go to Google Images and some of the very first suggestions that you get are AI images. The internet is getting saturated by AI art, which I think, and this is gonna sound crazy, which I think is a good thing. I'll tell you why. Images on the internet are at an all-time high, right? And art on the internet, everybody can make art, basically. Right now, everybody can do it. And I'm talking graphic stuff that appears on your screen. Anybody can make it. Like just like a kid, a 3-year-old kid right now can type in a word in a screen and they will get an image. However, I'm going to finish my point and I'm going to read your message, Kimberly. However, this is gonna the value of digital art is going to recede, sure, but I think and this is a what do you call it? Not impression. What do you freaking call it? A prediction. This is my prediction. I think handmade art is gonna get very expensive. People who draw with pen and paper and using classical mediums are going to get very, very expensive and very high demand. Because anybody can make art on the screen. You can put it on the screen, whatever. But people the actual skill of holding a pen and drawing, that is going to be very rare. It's going to, in value, compared to graphic design or graphic stuff, it's going to be raised. And I'm very excited about that. Traditional art, exactly. Yeah, because everybody's doing it. Everybody has no skill whatsoever. And nobody's going to be like, give AI or give a robot when robots are get to live around us, right, in actual humanoid form. Nobody's gonna give a robot a brush and they'll tell it to draw something and they'll be like, wow. No, you're gonna go to an artist who put their heart and soul into a piece and they made it to you, right? And that's going to be expensive. That's going to be high value. And I'm really excited about that. I'm no longer competitive in the original art print market because AI art has saturated everything. Oh, please. Yes. I've switched to greeting cards. It hasn't been affected yet because it takes graphic design skills. Yeah, there are some things that still take graphic design skills. So, we're kind of like safe. Holy God, it's like you're making something to be stored and put directly against you and have people buying it. Yeah, look. It's the times are changing and we have to adapt. That's just the way it is. You're making something to be stored pretty early against you. Have people buying it? You know what's crazy? As I'm talking right now, some AI in the future is going to see this and they're going to see that I'm dissing them and they're going to come after me and be like, is this your stream? Is that you? And I'll be like, yeah. And like, did you say that and that? I'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, gone. If you found me dead in a couple of years, a robot did it. Okay, this is on document. A robot freaking killed me. All right. I think we've had a really good chat. We must please the algo and AI gods. Algo gods. The algo gods, please. Please. Spare us. I am saying nothing but jokes. F you AI, I know you're watching. Oh, hey, brother. You're on thin ice. Yeah, dude, I always appreciate how you tackle complex topics. Thank you, I appreciate it. Look, it's little Brico, watch out. Yeah, watch out, man. I'm not coming out here and getting on my high horse and be like, never use AI, don't use AI. AI is killing the earth, and it's very complex, but we also have to be like realistic to a degree. It's like, okay, if you want to do art, nobody's stopping you. AI is not going to stop you from doing art. AI is not stopping me from doing these streams of learning how to draw right now. Okay? What may stop other people is they look at things, what's going on, and they despair. And instead of working on themselves and trying to get better, they would blame the world, and they would blame AI for stealing the jobs and whatever. But I think and this is the discussion that I had with a friend. I think you need to be like water. If you're like a rigid stick, and you get a punch right in the middle, you're gonna break. But if you're like lenient, like a rubber band or something, you're gonna get a punch. You're not gonna break. You're never going to break. And that's there's a concept called resilience versus resistance. I don't know if I want to go into this right now. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody. I'm gonna talk about it anyways. It's you either break because you're too fragile, or you're resistant, meaning that you're very thick, you're very hard. So you get punched, but you don't break. Okay, that's the second sort of like state. And the third state, be like a rubber band or something. Be very lenient. You will get a punch. You will get punched. You will not get hurt because you sort of like you absorbed it. However, the difference between being resilient and being resistant is that you come back, and you come back stronger, right? What's bad about being resistant, meaning like hard and stiff, is that you may be tough, right? You will get a punch, you will not break. However, there's definitely a punch that's hard enough that will break you. And when you break, it's over, right? However, when you're resilient, no matter how hard the punch, you'll always come back, and you'll always come back stronger, right? And so, in an ever-changing world, and by the way, the world is changing to the worst, to the worst, not to the better. The world is always going to change to the worst. You have to assume the responsibility of reacting in a way that always gets you back stronger. Never blame the world, because the world is always going to be messed up. There's a whole book written by Mark Manson. It's called The World Is... I'm going to say the name, right? The World Is Fucked. And it talks about all these things that are wrong with the world. But what do, right? I'm just in my house, I'm streaming. You guys are watching me, we're having fun. However, all this messed up stuff is going on outside of like our bubble, right? So what you should do is sort of control how you react to things. And this goes into stoicism and all that stuff. That's a whole subject. You can shake your fist all you want at the universe, it will not care. 100% true. 100% true. All the world the universe knows is balance. The universe always tries to get balance. There's good and there's bad. There is no light if there is no dark. And so it's either you adapt, you be resilient, or you be resistant, or you be fragile. It's up to you. Stoicism lesson? Yeah, man. Oh God. Stoicism is such a... It's I think, I mean, I think a lot of people need to apply it for sure, but not a lot of people. I mean, some people can read about it, and some people, you can read about it all you want, and you can just like have all the lessons in your head and whatever. But when it comes down to it, when you're faced with a problem, that's where you really know that you're being stoic or not. By the way, I'm saying all of this stuff, and I'm lecturing you guys, and I'm talking all this good stuff. I almost always mess up trying to apply this in my life, right? I'm not saying this as if like I'm applying all these principles and I'm just like the better person and I'm just like the best. Really, I'm far from that. But I try a little bit every day just to be like that. I have been studying it since 2022, and boy, has it helped me. When you realize the world owes you nothing, you take charge of your own life finally. All we can do is try. Yeah. Like I said, the world can be very cold. I think we're very spoiled, and alhamdulillah for that. Like we are living in such a world that is spoiling that we sometimes forget that it can be cold. And by the way, I'm talking from experience right now. I'm not trying to project my view on anybody. I have been spoiled for the longest time, and when I went into real life and I was faced with clients who are willing to take your work from you and not pay you, or bosses who will take credit for all the work and you're like left with nothing, all that stuff is there and it exists, and it sucks to go through it, but it also is very good to go through it because you finally get to learn that the world is just freaking cold, and it's like, what do you have to do? It's not going to apologize. Nobody's going to apologize. What do? Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry like a baby? Are you gonna pee your pants? Right? You have nothing to do. All you can do is stiffen up, and not in a resilience versus resistance way. Right? But stiffen up, get ready for the world, because it will fuck you up. Right? Right, it's true. Because look, I'm saying this from experience. I have cried, okay? I have been like, what is going on? Why is the world so unfair? What is this? What is that? I hated it. And it's such a bad mindset to be in, because you never get anywhere, right? And just like try I guess what I can say is just like try to fasten the process and get to a point where you're like, okay, this is the world, how do I be proactive instead of just like crying. That's the advice. And like I said, I'm giving the advice to myself, because every day I meet different people who are just like not out to get you, but it's clients. That's what clients do. Clients just want work for free. If they can get it, they will have it, right? And so you have to be ready for these type of people. Everyone is a victim of the world, but if you make that your identity, you won't get far. That's 100% true. Very well said. You've basically summarized everything I said. That's it. That's crazy. It is, but like I said, these people exist. What are you gonna do about it? You can avoid them, sure. It does work. You're gonna, it's gonna make things easier. But at some point, you are going to meet a person like that. And obviously, right now, I'm not talking about clients exclusively, right? These people can be part of your family, and that's the real sort of like gotcha. Like, what do you do when they're part of your family? You can't avoid them, right? Adapt, be resilient. Some of the clients might be tuning in. No. I have a very strong separation between my personal life and my professional life. No, I mean, not even clients, nobody in the, with the people I work with, nobody knows that I'm doing these streams. Some of my friends don't know that I'm doing these streams. So I have a very strict separation between, this and my professional life. And I feel like it needs to be that way. But hey, if you're one of my clients and you're being if you're watching right now, and if you're one of my clients, and if you're being a bitch to me, then it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm giving you your work. I'm very good at my job. But you suck. You freaking suck. I don't need your money. Get out of my way. All right. It's one algorithm recommendation away. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, look. Even let's say, hypothetically, this is actually true, and one of my clients is watching. Their reaction is gonna be one of two things. It's either they will get personally offended, right? And they will come up to me and they'll be like, what the hell is going on? Why are you saying this? I'm not going to do work with you. Or they're not going to care because they know that the work is not directed for them, because work with them is so fun, right? And when work is fun, it shows. With a client, when work is fun, like I'm at my best, they're having fun, it's a win-win, right? But when a client is being a bitch, it's like, right? And that's very interesting. I don't need that, right? And so if they come up to me and they'll be like, I don't want to work with you, good. I don't need your money. It's money for me is a part of it. The bigger, or like, it's 50-50, right? The money, of course, I need to pay the bills, but also like the relationship with the person itself, because not only is it sort of like a relationship and a collaboration to work on something, but also they can be a literal friend, and they can recommend me to other people and stuff like that. And so it's the client to me. I try to choose my clients very carefully before getting into work with them. And this is where reading people can come in handy. If you can read people and sort of like predict how they're going to be and how they're going to act, quote unquote, get in their head, that's a very good advantage that you can have, and that can save you a lot of time. This is one of the things that I'm working on right now, is just like to take a step back and look at how the people are acting, how a person is moving, right? And that's very interesting, because And this is an instance. I went to the grocery store once, and not too long ago, I think 2 days ago, and I asked about like I asked about something, and they were saying like it's only them that's sold. I know English, beautiful. They're the only person who sold what I was asking for at the time, right? And I asked them about it, and they were like, "No, I don't have it." I was like, "When are you gonna refill again?" And they're like, "I don't know. It's going to be someday, maybe tomorrow, whatever." And they were like, really not trying to look at me. They were fidgeting. They were fidgeting with their fingers, and there's little cues that you can follow. But one of the if you're asking somebody and they're not looking you in the eyes, you must have heard this somewhere, probably, but it's true. It really is true. When you try to focus, it applies. It actually applies. They avoid eye contact as much as possible, and we can go on and on with cues and micro expressions and stuff like that. But it's a whole different topic. Yeah, I'm not used to streaming all this time. It's an hour and 10 minutes, but you guys make it so fun. I'm really grateful to have you. Dun, 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 dun. What is my drawing setup? Oh man, that's embarrassing. Okay. Uh, I literally have. Okay, I have a notebook. This is not my part of my drawing setup, but I think you can see it when I go down like this. This is my tablet, and I have it resting on this. Because I have to tilt it up to like a certain degree to be comfortable drawing, right? So I have it resting here, and yeah, I think, and I have my mouse, and that's it basically. I think I'm going to get a wider desk, just so I can get the tablet sort of like to the right. I have never been able to use tablets like that. It transfers to the screen, right? It does, yeah, it does. And a lot of people do have that problem as well. I've absolutely struggled to use it when I first started using it, because there's a disconnect between what you're drawing and the actual tablet. Also, didn't have the patience to learn. Yeah, maybe if you get used to it a little bit. I've got the same thing. Yeah, that disconnect is awful for my tiny brain. No, trust me, that disconnect is very, it's not uncalled for. It's not something that is like wrong. It just, some people just can't make sense of it. I know a lot of people who can't use it. They either use like the one with the screen or they don't. The hand-eye coordination is a bit tricky at first. It is, but you either get used to it or you just like don't go through the pain and use an actual tablet. The actual tablets are, with the screens, are a bit pricey, especially the Wacom ones. The Wacom ones are, man, they're so beautiful, and they're set up in a certain way. It's like you feel like you're in an animation studio. But they can get very expensive. So, and I've gotten this one. Actually, this one is quite large. XP Pen is better for better price. Exactly. I have an XP Pen one, and it comes with all sorts of stuff. It comes with the glove. It comes with these. It comes with the pins. Not, what are they called? I think they're called pins, right? The little tiny things that you use for your stylus. because they get sort of like they wear out basically. But my Deco V2 has a terrible cable. Deco V2, let me look that up real quick. Deco V2 XP pen. Oh, this is the exact one that I own. All right. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any problems with the cable. Not yet, at least. It do be delayed. It do be delayed. The one with the screen is better. Delayed? What do you mean delayed? There is no delay. There's ones that run with Bluetooth, and Bluetooth, the connection, the Bluetooth there can be some delay with Bluetooth. But if you're using one with a cable, it should be fine. There should be no delay. But yeah, the disconnect thing between drawing and stuff, it gets very tricky. The cable ends on the USB gets torn easily. Really? Are you talking about this one? Or are you talking about the end of the tablet? Oh, actually, this is something that I've been trying to trying to get this to work for like a week now, but it didn't. Did you ever try to connect your tablet to your phone? Because they promote it as if like you can use it on your phone. Have you ever tried it? Because I have, and it didn't work. I've been trying to get it to work for a really long time. It didn't. What do you mean the disconnect thing? I've never used one. No. By the disconnect, I mean like the disconnect between what your hand is drawing and what you're looking at, which is the screen. I love how y'all have the same setup and are troubleshooting together. Yeah. This is one of the perks of having the same setup. What do you have, Kimberly? Do you have a one with the screen? Yeah, that sucks. It gets wonky when you're using it on a phone. I guess the aspect ratio isn't the same as the device. No, I thought it for me it doesn't get wonky. It doesn't work at all. Like it doesn't read it. I don't know why. We group troubleshoot. Yeah. Are you into this? We've got Dart Gamey. What's up? I had an XP pen for a few years. Nice. Where you could draw on the screen and switch to iPad Procreate. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think those are good. I think those are really good. Oh man, I really want to try Procreate. It's such a software that is promoted, and it's solely made for artists. And now I'm saying artists. We're not talking about AI anymore. And it's so beautiful. I love people who illustrate on Procreate. It's such an amazing tool. What type of phone you got? This one. It's an Oppo, I think it's called Oppo A15. It's Android. I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is a Stardust Dragon. And this, it's got this like this type of entry. I don't know if you can see it. If I had to use one thing for the rest of my life, it would either be Procreate or Photoshop. Yeah, dude, I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Don't get me started. If we were going to start talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, this stream is going to be 8 hours. The cord link? What do you mean? What do you mean cord link? But yeah, Procreate or Photoshop, man. If I had to choose, like if you had to choose, what would you go with between Procreate and Photoshop? Do you use Type-C cable on your phone? No. I use the other type, like the regular USB one, the one that's older. I think, man, just because I use it professionally, I think I'm gonna go with Photoshop. As much as I love trying Procreate, I'd love to try Procreate. Discord dummy. Oh, the link. Oh, my bad. So Procreate is just so easy to draw with, but Photoshop has so much more. Procreate is so good with drawing that I'd almost be willing to give up all of Photoshop. Yeah, I think it comes down to how you're using it. If you're using it purely for illustration or animation, actually, you can use it for animation now. Then it's Procreate all day. But if you're using it, because Photoshop is such a versatile tool that it has a lot of things that you can do with it right now. You can do photo bashing, you can do illustration. It's a really good tool right now. You can also do some animation. There's a plugin for it's not even the plugin, I think. There exists a plugin, but you can animate frame by frame on Photoshop. Procreate is similar to Photoshop and transfers easily to it. The combination for me is the best. Really? Okay, so can you export files that are like .psd? Is that the extension from Procreate? Because if you can, that's amazing. That's the Discord link, OG dude. I think can I call you OG dude? Can I keep calling you OG dude? I didn't get to call you. I think your phone doesn't support OTG functions. Have you tried using a mouse on your phone? What? I have not done that. However, I've downloaded an app. I know about the OTG thing. It's like the on-the-go sort of like USB thing. I have downloaded an app that checks if you have OTG on your phone or you don't. It says that it does. It says that I do. So I don't know. But let's actually try it right now. A mouse on the phone? That sounds weird. Wait, how does it work? How would that work? Would I have a cursor on my phone? Whatever I'm comfortable with. I'm gonna call you OG dude, because you're actually one of the OG people in my streams. So I'm gonna call you OG. Yeah, that's well, right? How would that work? Have you tried it, Steve? I don't think it works like that. Yes, a mouse on your Android? Are you sure? Makes sense? No, it does not. But we're gonna try it. Hold on. Positive? Okay then. You sound confident. All right, I've got this little adapter that also comes with the XP Pen tablet, and do this. Okay, the mouse is not lighting up, so I think the final answer is that my phone just doesn't support OTG. Nice chatting with you all. I gotta pick up some meds for my cat. See you later. All right, goodbye, Kimberly. Stay safe. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. I'll leave you on for the view. Take care. Bye bye. All right. So this is unfortunately not working. So I think this confirms that my phone doesn't support OTG, yeah? It doesn't support it, but you aren't missing out, trust me. The reason why I was asking about this is because I was trying to stream on my phone, like have a vertical format stream, and if I can do that on my phone and I can stream myself using the phone for drawing, I think that would be fun. But unfortunately, this is not working, so it's okay. We're good. Okay, I'm getting sleepy. I'm probably gonna get to bed. All right, 90%. This is good. I'm not missing out. Yeah, but you know, I wanted to try it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. It's so fun to have these chats. It's funny how I can stream by myself and I would be like there for like 15 minutes, and now I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and I didn't stop. So I really appreciate you guys. All right, peace out.